Alright, what's up people? Welcome to Riding on Ruby. Welcome back, or hello for the first time. I appreciate all you people subscribing and viewing. A little shout out to Freddy Man Sky. You keep rocking, buddy. Thank you for subscribing. Today I'm going on a little ride. Little fun facts of Hubbard Park here in Meriden, Connecticut. But first I wanted to say that took the bike out Saturday and I noticed that one of my turn signals wasn't working in the back, and then I thought, well, none of the lights are working. Well, I assumed that they were supposed to be running lights as well as turn signals in the rear, which I found out later they're not. So hanging around at the coffee break, my good buddy Henry and his sweet and beautiful lady friend Emma informed me that no, they're not running lights, they're just turn signals. A bulb had burned out, and Emma said the front one was blinking fast, so that was gonna burn out. So I had to go to 3 different places to find these bulbs, but the front bulbs were a 7528. I got those are the ones that were in there. Could also use 1157. And the rear bulbs were a 7506, which I couldn't find, so I had to get 1156, which is about the same. So you know, I figured at least this way now I know I got turn signals. You know, that's pretty important, right? All right, well, let's I'm halfway to my destination, so let's go over there and have a little look-see and check it out. I didn't want to start the video from home because then the video would be too long. I'd have to trim it or whatever. And oh yeah, that's another thing too. That's another thing too. I like where the mic is now, so I'm going to keep it there. So no more crying about the mic. And I'm figured out how to upload the videos to my iPad mini. And then if I have to upload them to the merging app and merge them and whatever, and finally upload it to YouTube, it took me like an hour and a half to do everything. So I was like stoked, you know, that's awesome compared to, you know, with that Chromebook. So no more crying about the Chromebook either, because I'm sure you're getting sick of it, hearing it, because I was too. Wow, this road is bumpy. Ugh. So anyways, I will use a Chromebook though for when I get it uploaded and unlisted to YouTube, so I could use the keyboard and the mouse for more precise clipping and editing. But it won't matter then because it's already been uploaded. It's a beautiful day, Sunday. I always like to try to go out early, even though this isn't early, at about 9:15, 9:30, I don't know, I didn't even look at my watch. But a lot of people are getting ready to go to church, or they're in church, so it helps cut down a lot of the traffic. But it's nice out. It's like 73. I still always wear this Harley mesh coat because it's got all the padding in the elbows and the back, on the shoulders. So thank God for that the wind in your hair, because you need the wind everywhere else with this going on. But it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, Mr. Rogers. So my daughter Stacy did some research on Hubbard Park in Meriden and the legend of the black dog of the Twin Hills. So that's an interesting little legend. I'm a superstitious person, so it kind of freaks me out. Hopefully there's nothing going on. And over here, that little gazebo there, or whatever it's called, this is a big hot spot for weddings. This is just a beautiful area up here. So I'm gonna pull over and shut her down and do a little talking. I had to make cheat sheets. But, you know, this is a great place to go fishing, too. This whole area is just all man-made. Even this is called Mirror Lake. And that's all man-made. As a matter of fact, the guy that helped design it with Hubbard, it was also the person famous for designing Central Park in New York City. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I never knew that, you know. It's just like, oh, it's a pretty park, but I didn't know it was a lot of famous people involved in it. But if you want to come fishing, this is a beautiful place to fish. I don't see anyone, so I'm assuming you still could fish. I mean, me and my wife came here like every year for as longest time. They stock it with like 800 800 trout. Go ahead. Welcome. You know, they stock it with like 800 trout and for fishing derbies for the kids, so you know there's going to be a lot left over. And they bring in some channel cats, and you know, those are really fun to catch. And then another thing that they do, I'm going to try to pull over here. It says no parking, but I'm just going to be here for a few minutes. Alright, we're going to stop here for a second, because you can see there's a band shell. They have like outdoor concerts, mainly local people. They got plays going on there, you know, high school graduation, stuff like that, you know. Oh, sorry, I got bad allergies and they're not doing really good. Oh, there's a nice bike. I see something like that and I hear chitting, chitting. That's something my budget will never see, unless I get one like 100 years old. And then it'd probably be worth a lot, right? Alright, so people, so here we are. So let me shut her down. I'm not supposed to park here, but the sign's right there. But I got some cheat sheets, so I'm going to read some of them because, you know, my memory isn't what it used to be. Let's lift up the visor. This is just beautiful. This is right where we fish, right here, right at this spot right here. I mean, they got bass. There's like hundreds of carp in here. And you ball up some white bread, put it on a hook and whip it out like kind of near those fountains and stuff with a nice heavy weight, let it sit on the bottom. Oh man, there's 20 pound, 25 pound carp in here, hundreds of them. You know, I seen people, like, I never got one unfortunately, but I seen people take 25-30 minutes just to try to get them in. Sometimes they'll just run for it and they'll spool you right out, you know. And unless you brought an extra spool of line, your day's done for that. Alright, so let's just get a little fun facts in here. Alright, there's two things that I wanted to talk about. Oh, hey doggy. Oh, what a cute little doggy. Hey, how you doing? Alright, Hubbard Park is 1,800 acres. It's listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. It was given to the city of Meriden in the early 1900s by Walter Hubbard. He had some manufacturing. He spent about $500,000 back then to clear this out and create this area, which also was creating this Mirror Lake, along with that other guy that helped do, and I'll tell you his name. His name was Frederick Law Olmsted, who also helped design Central Park. There's also a famous Metacomic Trail, which is 51 miles up here. And I'll tell you, on my police scanner, just about every night I hear, no, we got to call, somebody's lost up on the trails, they got to go up there and find them and everything. And there's been a lot of deaths too. So anyways, and then so there's a new little story about here. It's called The Black Dog of the Hanging Hills. Now, I don't think you could see it, but I really can't see it from where I am, but there's one of the mountains there. That's the communication tower. I think that's West Peak, and then there's another one where Castle Craig is. Yeah, I could see it over there. I messed up on that shot, you know. But let me see if I could just park Ruby here for a second and go look over there. Right there it is. I don't know how good you could see that, but it's way up there. It's beautiful. You get up there, they say on a clear day you could see all the ways of Long Island Sound. It's a beautiful place. All right, so anyways, back to this story of the Black Hills, legend of the ghost dog. Alright, in 1891, a geologist from New York came here to do a survey. He said that when he was up near Castle Craig, up in there, up on the Twin Hills, that there was this black dog, about like 2 feet long, sad looking eyes, never barked, never made a sound, never left footprints or nothing, and it kind of followed the guy around throughout the day as he was surveying. When he was ready to leave, he looked around, the dog was gone. Alright, so, you know, I guess he was concerned, wondering what would happen to the dog and everything, but then, you know, he left. 3 years later, he came back with a second geologist to do survey, and the first one was telling the second one, well, you know, I was up here and there's black dogs following me around, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, oh, I was up here 2 times so far, and I've seen the dog twice. So it's like, ooh, okay, all right. And then that was, you know, the first guy only seen it once. All right, so the legend says, and I'm gonna read it to you. It says, if a man shall meet the black dog once, it shall be for joy. If twice, it shall be for sorrow. And a third time he shall die. Ooh, I'm not going up there for a while. So anyways, the rest of the story was that the black dog showed up again. This was the third time for the geologist number 2. He was standing on a rock on the ledge. The rock mysteriously just gave way and fell. He fell to his death. I think it was like 70 feet. So now this was, you know, so of course, you know, the first geologist was, you know, pretty, you know, distraught and everything. So he ended up leaving, and that was his second time. 3 years later, he came back again, and he was found dead at the bottom of the same cliff that number 2 guy fell and died. So this has been a rumor that's been going on, or a legend that's been going on for a long time now. And I mean, back in the day in the 70s with high school, we used to go up there and party. We were up there all the time. And let me tell you, I don't remember if I saw one or not. And if it could have been once, if it could have been twice, but I'm not taking, I'm a scaredy cat and I'm superstitious. I'm not going up there and taking the chance that number 3 comes up. So I just wanted to throw a little of that information again, say thank you to my daughter Stacy for Googling all this. I'm not like the greatest right now of this YouTube stuff, putting links and stuff like that in there, but if you just go to Google and Google the legend of the Twin Hills, and the legend of the Hanging Hills, you know, also you could Google Meriden Hubbard Park, and there's a lot of information. I just made a little cheat sheet out of there, but it's just a beautiful place. I mean, I'm just wondering if they stopped fishing, because it seems really odd that no one's fishing. I mean, we used to come up here like every single day during our summer break, and I mean, there'd be people fishing everywhere. Sometimes it's just like, you know, every 6 feet there's a person. So that's kind of odd that you know, there's really nobody here. I know they were thinking about stopping the fishing, so I don't know if they did or not. I'm gonna have to buzz through here a couple more times too and see, because like I said, I mean, it's a nice day. It's supposed to be, I think, like up in the upper 80s and stuff, and I just don't understand why nobody would be here. So I'm gonna have to do a little research, because I'm still debating if I want to come fishing or not, because my wife used to love to come fishing here, and they got everything: trout, bass, channel cats, brown bullheads, the carp, occasional turtle. Just got to be careful for all the electrical lines that run out for all these pretty fountains that they got out there. And during the winter, they decorate all these things, this whole area, with like a light show, all kinds of Christmas lights. It's really beautiful. So that's another thing. If you can't, you know, don't want to come here during the nice season, check it out during Christmas. They used to have a daffodil festival, because there's like zillions of daffodils up here. And they'd have a parade, and they'd head down over here. They had like all kinds of crafters and vendors all along this road, food trucks, those little carnival type games, a big food court over there to the right. There's a big parking lot over there. And then, like I said, over here is the band shell. They have a lot of concerts. They set up you know, like one of those Coleman Brother type carnivals over here in this field. But, you know, because of COVID, a lot of these things were canceled, and they made the decision, you know, to reopen everything late, you know, past the time that they would have done a lot of these things. So hopefully, maybe, you know, as the summer goes on and stuff, that we could get some more events going on here. You know, they have like some races up here and everything too to benefit charities. It's great. Alright, so you know what, talking about charities, just a little brief thing. If you don't know about the YouTube channel Shade Tree Surgeon, you really need to look this guy up. I'm going to see if I can put a link for him. You know, if not, then please just go to you know, YouTube and search Shade Tree Surgeon. You know, him and his swamp buddies down there, they make great videos. They're, you know, they're awesome people for a bunch of swamp lizards, as he would say. But they're helping out this organization called the Forgotten Angels. And if you already watch them, you know. But for people that don't, it's an organization that takes kids that turn 18 out of foster homes. And because basically you turn 18, here's a garbage bag with your belongings, there's the door, see you later. So he takes these kids in. He has this big compound. It's all, you know, I think he might be getting some assistance from the state or the city or government or something, but he basically started this whole thing up himself. And they had a raffle where Weems Motor Co., you could look that up on YouTube as well, he built a replica of a David Mann's chopper, beautiful bike, and they raised like $106,000, you know, to go for this compound. You know, the kids, they have all their little, you know, separate mini tiny homes, and you know, at least this is a place where they could feel that, you know, there's somebody. You know, it's not like, you know, you can't make friends because you're going to be shipped out next week or something, you know. And this is a really true to my heart and close to my heart, because my wife of 43 years, who passed away 10 months ago unexpectedly, she was a foster child. When she was 10 years old, her mother died. Nobody knows why to this day. The father just split the scene, never to be seen again, and her and her 4 other siblings were just tossed around from separated and everything, tossed around from foster home to foster home, and basically a real life Cinderella. So, you know, but I'm not the rich, you know, prince that, you know, rescued her. You know, I'm just an average Joe. But, you know, it's a rough life, so it's really dear to my heart. So if you people could go there, they're giving away raffling away I think it's a CVO, it's a Road King. It's called Road King Kong. It's got the 131. It's got all kinds of bells and whistles that Josh helped, you know, with the designing of it and stuff like that. And buy a ticket for $25. 100% of that money goes to help these kids out. And you could get like a $40,000 bike. you know. And if you don't want to donate or anything, you know, I understand that. But just give them moral support, you know. Let these people down there know, hey, you know, we support what you're doing, you know, and keep up the good work. Alright, people, I'm hoping this video is going to come out okay. It's a beautiful day, but of course, as usual, it's going to get hot, and then I got all kinds of tons of things to do. So, again, I want to thank everyone that's tuning in and viewing the videos and subscribing. I appreciate it. That helps out with the YouTube algorithms to get the channel a little bit, you know, more popular and come up in better searches and whatnot. And I hope you all be safe, stay up, keep the wind in your hair, and you know, as usual, peace out, people. Peace.